Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome to MTN Outdoors. After being months on back order, winter has finally arrived in Montana. And let's just say we honestly need it. Snowpack is down, and it's been impacting everything from ski hills to ice fishing, as our own MTN's Kiana Wilson reports.
You really don't want to be playing fast and loose with ice thickness.
Ice conditions in northwest Montana are less than desirable this year.
You can usually get a pretty good sense of what the ice is looking like from the edges. And if it's not good, thick, clear ice, then you really want to be extra cautious. And this year particularly, you want to be extra cautious because of the unseasonably warmer weather that we've seen so far.
Typically by January, most of the lakes across the Flathead are completely frozen or have at least some ice, but with the slow start to the winter, bigger lakes like Whitefish Lake have little to no ice, causing some problems for ice fishermen and businesses.
Yeah, of course, always compare it to like winter tires. Like people don't buy winter tires unless they actually really need them. So of course, like not having much snow, you don't sell as many sleds. If it's not real cold, you don't sell as many boots and ice suits, ice houses, that kind of stuff.
Chancey and Dave's Fish Camp in Evergreen is the place to go for fishing needs, including a hotline on ice conditions.
It can change daily and all that kind of stuff, and this year was an exception. So you always want to be careful because some parts of the lake freeze different than other parts of the lake, and some bays will freeze before other parts of the lake. So it's always good to be safe and to think. Typically, I always say if you have about 4 inches of ice, that's pretty good to walk on.
But there is a silver lining. The forecast shows colder weather, meaning fishermen are looking forward to more and better ice to keep this Montana tradition alive.
It might be a little bit slower than an average year, but we have quite a bit of ice, a lot of lakes already. So except for the bigger ones, taking a little bit longer. But usually by the mid to late January, they should be in pretty good shape.
In the Flathead, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
It's officially January, which means it should be a busy time for ski season. However, up here at Red Lodge Mountain, there just isn't much snow, and that has a big impact not only here, but in the local businesses in town as well. If you love snow, you probably love hearing this. The sweet sound of skis carving out some fresh snow. But this year, it's hard to find.
Well, it's been one of the roughest starts we've had.
A lack of snow creating big problems for mountains everywhere.
It's definitely a little frustrating. We get out skiing quite a bit.
Cody, Wyoming residents Matt Morris and his daughter Isabel were forced to make the extra 30-minute drive to Red Lodge because their usual mountain, Sleeping Giant, is still closed.
Having passes at Sleeping Giant, it's hard to come over here and afford to go skiing.
The additional price tough to swallow, plus the snow here isn't much better.
We'll make the best of it. We're happy to see Lazy M open, and the mountain's actually skiing pretty good considering the conditions.
When you're not around the snowmakers, there's lots of rocks as there is in the background, but as long as you kind of stay on the pass, it's pretty all right.
Justin Hobbs and Cole Foskey also made the trip north from Powell because Sleeping Giant is closed. On Wednesday, just 22 of Red Lodge Mountain's 70 runs were open.
Most Black Diamonds are closed down, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get a snowstorm here soon and everything will open up.
And conditions here have a big impact here.
This is the scariest year I've ever seen.
The Red Lodge economy is also suffering. No snow means no tourists. Montana Candy Emporium General Manager Nick Beard says it's the slowest year he's seen in more than 40 years.
A lot of places are even closed right now because it's been so bad.
Red Lodge's Nordic Center also looks like a ghost town.
Back when I was a kid, there would be 6 feet of snow out there right now, and it just seems like it's getting worse and worse.
But Beard is hopeful. The snow often arrives late in Red Lodge. He's crossing his fingers that this winter's slow starts will soon be a distant memory.
We're really counting on mid-January is when we get hit, so we'll bounce back like we always do.
In Red Lodge, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Agriculture is relying on weather, and El Nino, a warmer and drier weather pattern, has threatened early winter moisture.
It was the warmest December either since 1999 or for a few locations since 1939, which a lot of people know was back in the Dust Bowl era.
2023 moisture levels helped moderate the drought, and a late fall snowstorm provided a base for a lack of moisture through the latter part of 2023.
We're still in good shape in terms of precipitation. Drought conditions are not too bad. They're starting to worsen a little bit, but right now we're still in good shape, and wetter weather is in the forecast, so right now it's not looking like too big of a concern.
Winter wheat producers rely on a snow blanket that helps shield a crop for bitter cold temperatures, leaving Kent Kuffner of the Montana Wheat and Barley Committee optimistic.
But you've got a fighting chance at a good crop if you establish a good crop in the fall. And we've done that. There's some areas where it was drier. There's some areas where there's some light wind damage. There's some light freeze damage. But at this point, early in 24, there's no reason not to be optimistic.
A resilient winter wheat crop in the ground and a cattle market that's flopped. Megan Van Emmen, MSU Extension beef cattle specialist.
Cattle prices are up, calf prices are great. I mean, after probably 2014, 15, we, and then the kind of the market, I don't want to call it a crash, but the definite valley in the prices, we never thought we'd see these prices, again in the foreseeable future. And
although economists anticipate cattle prices to stay up through 2024, producers are buying back cattle near pre-drought numbers when the overall cattle inventory is low.
Unfortunately, you sold probably in the last couple of years. You're going to have to buy back at 2 to 3 times what you sold for.
The challenges, they seem to continue, from the cost of buying back heifers or bred cows, building back a hay inventory, and a growing stable fly population. But one that's universal in farming and ranching: grasshoppers.
They just put out the new grasshopper, forecast for 2024, and it's not looking good again for the east side of the state, and it looks like it's going to be much wider spread.
The key is cool, wet conditions in the spring will help eliminate and reduce that pressure from grasshoppers, but make no mistake, statewide grasshoppers are having an impact.
Despite a looming concern and a fresh snow blanket, that farmer optimism remains. Reporting in Great Falls, Ryan Gamboa, MTN News.
The Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest says a wildlife biologist with the forest and game wardens helped rescue a great gray owl that had become stuck in a pit toilet. According to a post on Facebook, the owl likely followed an air ventilation pipe into the toilet and became stuck. The biologist kept an eye on the bird till wardens could arrive with a ladder, then climbed down and wrapped a towel around the bird and passed it to the wardens. The owl was taken to the Wildlife Skies Raptor Center, and although a bit grumpy, is otherwise fine. Coming up after the break, we'll have more on some of the out-of-the-box activities you can do here in Montana. But first, it's time for some trivia. This one's quite a hoot. How many owl species call Big Sky Country home? That answer coming up after the break.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. So do you know how many owl species live in Montana? From the burrowing owl to the great horned owl to the northern pygmy owl, there are 14 species of owl that call Montana home, according to the Montana Field Guide. The lack of snow here in Montana, at least in the past few months, has had a big impact on winter recreation in Big Sky Country. However, it hasn't impacted sled dog racing. Next, we're headed up to Whitefish.
I think it's the excitement that the dogs build up to go and everything. It's just, it would be a happier place if people consider their job play like the dogs do, because this is play to the dogs.
Dog Sled Adventures in Olney has been providing tours for 45 years, 35 of those years in Montana. This dog sled team got its start in an unusual way and is comprised of some very fortunate dogs.
Well, I got started saving dogs out of the animal shelter, and I started saving dogs, and I used them to pull me on cross-country skis. There's too many dogs that need a home in this world, and I sort of need rescuing myself sometimes, so I like to stick with the underdog and give them a chance.
Jeff Olsemer has about 110 dogs, half of which are rescue dogs. He has about 30 dogs at his home who are retired, but he keeps them all fed and happy, feeding the group about 350 pounds of meat a day.
They're my kids, They're always happy to see me. They're always willing to give me a kiss. They give me all their allowance, and they love to do the dishes.
While pulling the massive sled full of people may seem hard on the dogs, it is not. Huskies and the part husky dogs that Olsemer has are bred to do this type of work.
The dogs love it. They really live to do this. There's nothing that they would rather do in the world than go pull a sled.
And with a little encouragement,
good dogs, good dogs. Good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog, good dogs.
The team of 10 dogs pulls that sled down the winding trail at a speed of about 40 paws. Dog Sled Adventures averages about 835 rides a year from December through March. There is still plenty of time to book a ride on this unique Montana winter adventure for tourists and locals alike.
Oh, I've taken out a lot of people that have never seen snow before, and that's a thrill for me.
If you're debating if dog sledding is fun, Olsemer ensures
it's the most doggone fun you can have.
In Olney, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
So many things to do here in Montana, and if you think about Montana, what are the first things that come to mind? What about mountains, rivers, skiing, snowboarding, hiking, biking, fishing, hunting? We have plenty to keep us occupied, but maybe a few things that don't come to mind: scuba diving and snorkeling. You might not think about that, right? Well, today I'm hanging out at Missoula Scuba and Snorkel to learn all about how you can scuba dive right here in Montana. So let's check it out in this week's Out and About.
Located right in the center of downtown, Missoula Scuba and Snorkel has everything you need to become a certified scuba diver. Then, once that happens, you're ready to dive, not just here in Montana, but around the world.
We do everything from certifications from top to bottom, from just trying it all the way up through professional. We take people all over the state on different scuba local trips, and we also do a lot of international trips as well.
Now, along with having fun and going on adventures, Missoula Scuba and Snorkel will also use their skills to keep our lakes clean and clear right here in Montana. Just a few years back in 2022, they teamed up with a group of divers to make a big impact up at Flathead Lake.
We had 36 divers just volunteered to come out. And then we went down in Polson and took out 900 pounds, over 900 pounds of trash in about 6.5 hours. Yeah, we think it's our pristine Flathead Lake, but there's a little bit more that's been under there for quite a few years. 2 years ago, we went over to Blue Bay and took over 1,000 pounds of trash out.
So, if this sounds like something you might be interested in, you can call or email them at info@MissoulaScuba.com. In Missoula, Louis Dortch, MTN News.
2023 was one of the busiest years for Montana Wild. I stopped by on Monday to see all they have to offer.
Montana Wild is the education center for Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
In 2023, they saw 17,000 walk-in visitors to the exhibit hall, over 2,000 participants in their public programs, over 5,000 students attending virtual field trips, and over 4,000 students at the center for field trips.
School groups that are coming, mostly 4th through 12th grade students that are coming with their classroom and coming here for a day-long field trip of conservation education.
New programming for school groups in 2023 included learning about the Endangered Species Act and programs focused on mammals using skulls. New public programs included nature journaling, bear safety, and wildlife yoga. Montana Wild also focused on updating their exhibit hall this year, which included updating their taxidermy animals as well as their live animals. These include turtles, fish, and even a snake.
So some of the coolest things we have here are the live animals that people can see. So we have some really incredible fish tanks, and in one of our fish tanks we actually have a pallid sturgeon, so an endangered species that people can get right up close to and observe. We have a rubber boa, which is a native Montana boa constrictor.
Montana Wild also houses the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Here they can help orphaned and injured wildlife with the hope of one day releasing them back into the wild. Sometimes the animal can't be released, and some of those animals become education animals.
Our volunteers do walk around with our education birds every weekday morning from about 9 to 10 or 10:30, so people can come and get right up close to great horned owls and falcons and hawks and learn about their importance to Montana's ecosystems.
They say by allowing the public to see and interact with these animals, they hope to encourage the conservation and respect of the various species.
So if you've never been to Montana Wild, I would definitely encourage people to come by. It's free, it's open, again, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. A great place to come in and escape the cold and dark of winter and just to be able to see wildlife in a whole new way.
In Helena, Rachel Fortunato, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, keep those eyes peeled for celestial events and train spotting.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. Now, many of us keep binoculars in our cars to spot wildlife, or maybe you're out there spotting trains. The outdoor pastime has a dedicated following, and in Yellowstone County, it's also the celebration of a family legacy. MTN's Marcus Kakova has more.
Most likely don't think twice when they see a train, but for some, these are symbols of small-town legacy and family history. Gary Waddell spent a lifetime with Montana Rail Link.
So did you get the train moving? My grandpa, out of high school, got on the railroad and was on the railroad for at least 40, 50 years.
He and his family have a long relationship with change in Laurel.
My father's ancestors settled here in 1882 when it was still known as the station of Carlton.
This year's switch in rail occupation isn't a surprise, but that doesn't lessen the sting of an evolving world.
Just came sooner than what everybody expected.
The last page of one story, however, is making way for the beginning of another.
We are now more considered an outskirts of Billings, but we still wanted to pay respect to the history and the people.
Shauna Hopper has run and owned the Carlton Depot for a year now, following a career in and out of restaurants.
Such as ownership, management, just a simple waitress or bartender, shift supervisor.
The eatery pays homage to Laurel's industrialized life on the tracks.
There's a lot of different blue-collared industries that built Laurel to the place that it is today.
Serving as a contemporary cornerstone for community.
I don't know if it's food as much as it is the relationships that I've built, connecting with people, and all of that came over food and beverage.
After more than 140 years of one family contributing to the small Montana town.
Continues the legacy of our family history in Yellowstone County.
In Laurel, Marcus Kakova, MTN News.
Montana is home to a wide variety of wildlife, and some of that wildlife actually calls the vast wetlands its home. To recognize the importance of that habitat and its residents, Fish, Wildlife and Parks is looking for people who can capture that kind of beauty artistically.
And as part of a renewed emphasis on wetland habitat, Fish, Wildlife and Parks is sponsoring an art contest to raise awareness for waterfowl habitat and wetland conservation in Montana.
Jacobson notes that this is a chance for Montana artists to show the diversity and beauty of Montana's wetland habitats and the creatures who call them home. Plus, the winner will be featured at the state capitol and handed a check for $2,000.
And following that selection, as people go and purchase migratory bird licenses, migratory hunting licenses later this year, they'll be given a postcard with this art as you know, a way to again raise awareness for wetland conservation and the importance of wetlands in Montana.
Jacobson also says FWP recognizes how vast and diverse Montana's wetland habitats are. That's why this contest is so popular. It is statewide and brings together a small glimpse of what Montana has to offer its migratory bird populations.
What we're excited about with this contest is it's a chance for people to get excited about waterfowl and wetland conservation, and to just celebrate the beauty that's there in that part of nature.
Deadline for the contest is January 31st. Head on over to the FWP website for a complete list of rules. Jacobson notes this contest is open to anyone who has an appreciation of waterfowl and can recognize the beauty of Montana's wetlands. In Headwaters State Park, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
2024 is going to be a great year to view celestial events.
You know, in terms of like 2024 and what we're in store for with the Sky Show, it's really going to be like no other. Our current solar cycle is about to peak in 2024 to 2025 timeframe. And because of that peak, that means it's going to be an increased solar activity we're looking at increased northern lights.
Well, the northern lights are going to be a little bit more common this year with that increased sun activity. This is kind of a rough view about the view that we could get from the northern lights, and you can see that most of it is taking up most of Montana. So if you drive out into somewhere that there isn't a lot of light pollution, there's a lot of that in Montana, thankfully, there are very good chances that if you look up to the north, you could see some of those northern lights. Now, I feel like the most anticipated celestial event that we are going to have is the total eclipse. Now, we aren't completely in the path of this eclipse. This eclipse will pretty much pass over the eastern portion of the United States, but we are in that 40 to 60% range, and this will be roughly around what we're going to see. Now, a total eclipse is when the moon passes in between the sun and the earth and covers up the face of the sun. So you'll definitely need some sort of eye protection to look at this. And the next total eclipse that we are going to get isn't going to be until 2044. So that's around 20 years from now. So I recommend definitely trying to get a glimpse of it. That total eclipse should pass in front of the state, so it's going to be a little bit more viewable. But for now, just enjoy this one.
So the first meteor shower of the year is called the Quadrantids. It's actually happening now.
Fortunately, with this particular meteor shower, an oncoming new moon means darker skies, which will be perfect in viewing the shower. Friday looks to be around the last day to see it, however, because cloudy and overcast skies are on the way for this weekend. Another meteor shower to take note of will be on August 12th through the 13th, known as the Perseid meteor shower. The Perseids are caused by Earth passing through debris, bits of ice and rock that are left behind by comet Swift-Tuttle, which passed close to the Earth in 1992.
And for that, we're predicting up to 100 per hour near the peak. So you can see 100 meteors occur during an hour.
For all you planet lovers, a conjunction of Venus and Mars will happen on February 22nd of 2024. You'll want to look to the east before sunrise, and you'll see these planets appearing next to each other. Though, for the naked eye, they'll appear more like stars. Well, there's your celestial list for 2024. For a more detailed list and for information on Helena's Observatory, you can visit our website. In Great Falls, Brianna Juneau, MTN News.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. Stay safe out there, keep warm, and I'll catch you next time.